Hey world, you're welcome back to the Sci-Cast. Checking us out at number 22 on Cryogenics. And I'm your host, Dr. J.
I'm Heyman.
And I'm the special guest.
We got special guest
back
finally
again.
made an appearance.
Again.
Barely.
Yeah. He had to walk over here.
He was worried about his carbon footprint,
Yeah.
so he walked.
So
Cryogenics. You know, freezing people, that way they can stay alive till the future.
No, they don't actually stay alive. They
well,
just
actually,
brought
see,
back
here's
to
the
life.
thing. They never were live when they're frozen.
Right.
They're actually
staying
dead
alive.
when they get frozen.
So it's reanimation.
It's reanimation.
Not
So
keeping
they're-
them alive.
See, what they believe is when
So
the
they're-
future comes along and they can fix the
Technology
problem,
that can reanimate.
reanimate them, yes.
So in other words...
So, like, let's say if you have a heart condition that is not treatable right now,
Yeah.
and you pay to be frozen for 10 years until they can do it and fix that heart condition, you're still screwed because they can't fix you from being frozen.
It wouldn't be a heart condition.
Well, like heart disease and stuff like that.
Cancer.
It's just different stuff that people believe they could get fixed later on.
Or they're just old.
Well, why would you want to be frozen if you're old, though?
Well,
That's
in
what
the
some
future,
people do.
you can...
You can probably reverse age.
you
That's
know,
it.
Well, maybe.
that's-
Some people.
Old age is-
Walt Disney believed it. He had his head frozen.
So did Ted Williams.
No? Oh. I didn't know that.
So.
Anyway, I had to throw in something about the whole process.
Okay.
I said reanimate
Yes.
zombies.
Well,
That's what they are. Reanimated dead.
see,
By definition, they
by
are
definition, they freeze them before they actually fully die.
zombies.
They're on the
So
verge of death.
So the cells are on their last verge.
Yes. The body doesn't actually die. They cool them down in the hospital when they're dead. When their last
So you
heartbeat.
just said they're not dead.
Well, they're not dead. They can still be brought back to life. A lot of people can still be brought
So
back to life when
what
their
is
heart
the
stops.
what is the ethics behind doing this?
What do you mean, what the ethics?
Like,
Amy's not familiar with what ethics mean. First, you got to explain what ethics are.
okay.
I know what ethics
Okay.
are, but what do you mean?
Take the idea that the example I can give is like when they use the guillotine, right, to do public executions, right?
Okay.
And they would chop the head off, and by chopping the head off, they would assume you're dead, right?
Yes.
But there was a thing going around that when the guy picked up the head, the eyes were still looking around. And
Yeah.
basically, cognitive function that the body was still alive, therefore it could feel pain.
Pain.
and
Whatever.
the
Okay.
sensation. So if your body's still alive, it would still be able to.
But the thing, they are pronounced legally dead
Right.
before they are frozen. Okay?
Right.
The heart is stopped. There's no breathing. Why would it be an ethical thing? They're dead legally. I mean, they could have been brought back to life if they do chest compressions or whatever or whatnot. They could have been brought back to life.
So I guess it's if they are pronounced legally dead. I guess the way you're right.
At least that's what from what I've read, that's what it is.
What I'm saying is, people 100 years from now look back and say, "Hey, that guy was still alive."
Well, no,
With
because
new technology, they're saying cells are still able to sense what's going on in the world, and therefore you are. It doesn't.
You said they could have brought him back to life.
could have. Yes.
They didn't. It'd be
But
like-
okay, but here's the thing. Then you have to look at a DNR. Do not resuscitate. As the same.
The Department of Natural Resources.
No, DNR means do not resuscitate in the medical field.
I see.
Which means that people do not want to be resuscitated if they die. Like my mother. Okay, she was a DNR, which means if she stopped breathing and her heart stopped, she did not want chest compressions or oxygen.
And she doesn't want to have like
A tube. No, none of that could be done on her legally.
I didn't know I could do that.
Yes, you can do that.
You can do that.
Well, I've never had an opportunity to figure this out.
So it's basically the same thing.
Right.
They're asking for a do not resuscitate except just freeze me. There's the difference.
And cut my head off.
Well, why would
Some
you
of them.
Why would you want to be
Most of
frozen
them.
if you didn't intend to be unfrozen?
Well, I mean, understand that some
Give me an
people.
example.
Okay,
I
well,
don't.
now if you had the
It's not only
money,
be expensive treatment.
if you had the money, okay,
Right.
and for some reason you
want
thought,
your grandkids to see what you look like.
if you thought 20 years from now that they could bring you back.
Right, but you are a DNR.
Hold on. No, see,
Ah.
you were a DNR then.
Right.
Once you're frozen,
You can't go back on the word. It's in the future like, oh, we
It's
can't,
wills.
so maybe we'll do it anyways.
well,
It's true.
Somebody has written down, do not resuscitate. And you're like, we
You
can
have to
do
make
it.
they're dead. They're dead.
You have to make a separate one.
Does that make them
Doesn't matter. There's
the
the
property of
DNR
the people
still.
that bring them back?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Indentured slavery?
What are you talking about? Makes them the
Servitude?
property. You mean they're
their
frozen?
body is the
they're
property.
frozen thing, but yeah, they're frozen.
The property of
Dead.
the people doing the cryogenics.
Well, I don't know the whole
But that is
thing behind
you
it, but
better
I'm
watch out with
assuming
people
they are.
owning bodies. That's something like slavery.
Yeah, if they were alive and
Indentured
had their own
servitude.
will, I'm sure it would be. But if they were zombies, it wouldn't matter, would it?
I mean,
See,
is a zombie considered a person?
they'd be dead. So, what
Well,
do you
are
consider
they
a person?
dead?
The soul
'Cause
or...
the cells have been reanimated. You know, it's all the same cells that they're in the.
No,
Yeah, but-
no, the zombies usually there's the different brain functions
Yeah.
and different functions like don't work as well.
Yeah, they had no
So
cognitive
does
functions.
that make a mentally
Well, it
handicapped
depends. Some
person?
zombies have
Well,
a
depending
higher.
on...
What about the mentally handicapped? Some of their brain functions that don't work properly either.
Yeah.
And they are
Does that
treated
make-
as what?
Second-class citizens?
Yes. Some of them are
Some
treated
of them,
like that.
depending on how much cognitive function they have.
Some are treated just like old people in the nursing home.
Yeah.
Neglect?
Well, some people do, yeah.
What has been happening?
Well, it has.
But a lot more recent. I've read they didn't have.
Yeah, because more people in the nursing home have to fend for themselves now because the government is taking away the funding for them.
Well, they're having a problem with budgets and all that.
Well, yeah.
Because you refuse to pay more taxes.
Who?
Everybody.
You do.
I don't refuse to pay my taxes. I pay my
That's why
taxes.
they won't raise them. Like nobody wants.
That's not what you told me. Tell
Whatever.
me all these
What did I tell you?
tax evasion schemes that you're into lately.
He's not running in any though.
I was just kidding.
We have an IRS evidence.
Yeah, we'd like to audit you.
If someone ever watches this, Brian will send it to
Yes, I
someone.
I bet
send
the
that.
CIA watches every video on YouTube.
Oh, they probably have someone that watches a lot of them. You're right. Who
Well,
does?
especially CIA
CIA.
or FBI.
Or the Black Ops.
FBI would be right.
Or for Judy, the secret government. The government that
They
doesn't
probably
exist.
just, they search videos with certain keywords.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. They have. You know what? This is really getting off topic. Anyways,
But it's good stuff.
out in California, they had the phone company that the government was allowed to tap into the phone company. No, not cell phones. It's just landline phones, and be
With the
able to
warrant,
search
right?
for the word. No, it was part of Security Act or whatever.
National security.
Yeah.
Well, that was probably post 9/11, then, right?
Well, I don't know what exactly it was, but they were able to have all the phones go through a supercomputer and listen for certain keywords. And then if them keywords came up, it would jot down the name, the number, to who and from whom it was, and the whole conversation would be recorded from that point on.
You have a loud laptop.
Your point?
Fan is loud.
Yeah, because it's been sitting there for a while now. Heating up.
It's running too many programs. It's heating.
It's only one program.
It's just
Firefox.
a tablet.
It's like it.
Firefox. I guess something else did pop up. Any which ways. Yeah.
That's why.
AVG, that's terrible.
How's that terrible?
Avast is much better.
Yeah, you gotta pay for it, Vast.
We know.
Why
you
don't
know
you?
the right
Free stuff.
I have to know the right stuff.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you don't know.
I don't want it, Vast.
Well, it's not help.
I'm really trying.
Sorry, hold on. Hello? Hello?
Cryogenics.
Yes. This is about my system. Yes.
System?
my satellite. No, they did not.
Should have done that.
So who came up with this topic anyway?
Big T.
Big T. Yes.
Big T.
Yep.
So did you look up any companies that are currently operating
What?
cryogenics?
They're secretive.
Yes, it did.
Are they? Yeah, websites?
Let's find out.
Must be some.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Sorry, that was the installers for my satellite.
They're there?
No,
Wondering where you
for
are?
tomorrow. Telling me which time they're coming
Mr.
up.
Alexander, are you there?
There's people there. So, any which ways, okay. So, let's look up, but you have to understand, there's other applications to cryogenics than just freezing people. That's...
You guys wondering what kind of companies actually
Oh.
perform this kind of...
You would have to look up freezing people. You would probably not...
cryogenic companies. What do you think cryogenic is?
It's this right here.
Yeah.
Cryogenic Industry Service Companies.
They service the cryogenics.
All the
People.
The mechanical parts?
Yes.
Let's look at.
They make all the stuff for the cryogenics.
Yeah, but if you look up... It should...
Here, I wrote this one.
there you go. Cryogenics Processing.
Right there, the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, the Alcor Life Extension Foundation. In Arizona, a non-profit company that researches, advocates, and performs cryonics.
It's looking for these pets.
Yes, you can.
I bet Paris Hilton would love this. Little dog.
With hopes of restoring them to full health when new technology is developed in the future.
If it happens.
That's what they're saying. So, many as neuro patients.
You guys ever seen Vanilla Sky?
Nope.
No. I was thinking more of, God, what's that? Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah.
Doing it for prison.
Oh,
You
that's right.
cryogenically freeze them, then after 50 years it'd be giant.
Austin Powers.
Oh yeah, Austin Powers.
That wasn't
The second one, right? Yeah, it was the first one.
The second one, I believe.
Oh yeah, Austin Powers real thing.
Yeah.
Not like Demolition Man.
Hey, that's kind of real.
Well, anyways,
I don't think society would ever get that.
in Vanilla Sky, it turns out it's just a normal movie, relationship problems, whatnot. It turns out he's having a lucid dream because his body's in stasis because he's a rich guy. And basically, he's waiting for technology to
Fix them?
be able to fix him. So then he could choose at that point. At the end of the movie, it's a whole big, like, whoa, what the heck happened at the end of the movie? He has to choose between staying in his lucid dream or coming on, living out his life, which is what he was going to be able to. He chose to go back to life.
I
His
believe
lucid dream was
there was another one that,
crazy.
what was it, Idiocracy?
I think that's anything Cryogenics.
Idiocracy? Yeah.
The future one?
Yeah.
Where they're feeding
He was-
Gatorade plants.
Yeah, he was frozen.
Plants love it.
He was frozen with the
Gatorade?
girl.
Do they really?
Well, no, it was because in the future people are dumb. So they're like, electrolytes,
stupid.
plants love them.
Oh.
And then
He
when
was
he wanted
frozen
plants
in a
to grow.
military experiment, remember? At the beginning. That's why he was around 50 years later, 100 years later,
It's like
whatever.
a Futurama kind of thing?
Kind of. Maybe, I don't know.
Because in Futurama he got frozen too.
Oh, that's different.
And then a million, or 100, or whatever, 10,000
Yeah.
years later.
Any which ways.
I don't think cryogenics is going to...
Happen anytime soon.
Well, I don't think there's ever going to be much need for it, because by the time they're able to figure out how to
Much need.
reanimate somebody,
Would it have ships that can go faster than light?
well, they do have particles that are faster than light.
So they
That'd be an
say.
interesting topic.
Neutrinos.
However-
They do believe that might have been an error, and they're asking anyone else
See,
to discover it.
he is really against this whole thing.
I'm not
You are
against
too.
it.
Every time I bring it up, you're like,
I'm
no,
just
the guys
saying,
who did it, they did it wrong.
I'm just saying that they said they could have done it wrong.
The possibilities.
I'm
there,
sure
but
they could have,
They
but-
recorded the neutrino traveling faster than light.
No. Their
Yes.
instruments record it. They never recorded
Well, how
it.
do you think they record it? Of course they use instruments. That's just a given.
Anyway,
How else do they record? But anyways, by the time stopwatch. By the time they figure out how to reanimate
And she's
somebody,
coming around the corner here.
By the time they
figure out how to reanimate somebody, because that seems pretty complicated to me. They'll. I mean,
Yes, and
there won't be any need for
quantum
cryogenics.
100 years ago, it was kind of
No, what I'm saying.
backward science to cut someone open and fix them too.
They'll probably have a lot more genetic engineering types of things where people won't need to freeze themselves. Well, the people who are already frozen.
Life extension, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, okay. Let's say going across space.
For you.
Okay. Well, you just
maybe they'll be able to put your consciousness in a new.
A new body.
So just say, for example, okay, you go across to Alpha Centauri. Okay.
I'd like to go there.
Yeah.
So if we do not have fast and light travel, wormholes, whatever, however would they get there?
We're not.
Exactly. It take generations to get there.
With current technology.
With current technology. So, cryogenics could be a way of suspending ourselves until we get there, then coming out.
And you don't have to say, well, if I leave now, I won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
My kids can see it.
I suppose.
What? And I always wonder, what if those kids never wanted to leave? They're like, why did I?
How would they know?
That's the point. It's a paradox, isn't it? They wouldn't know.
Well, then they wouldn't want to leave. If you lived your whole life on a ship, it would be home to you.
Right, but you could probably learn about Earth and all its history. And you're saying, well, that sounds pretty nice. I live in this crappy old ship.
Well, if it was a great ship.
Well, that's the thing. It could be nice.
Look at, Wall-E.
What's a spaceship going to look like after hundreds of years of generating?
Don't know.
It's like, let's say we built the ship.
There's no oxygen to oxygenate the metal from the outside.
What are they breathing? Of course there's got to be oxygen.
Did I say from the outside? Paint will stop the inside from being oxidized.
Well, that's not really what I'm saying. Like, technology-wise, it's going to be...
Outdated ship?
Yeah. Can you upgrade a ship while it's in transit?
Yeah. You could.
No, you can't.
Well, only to a point, though. I mean...
Only to a
Everything's
point.
frozen.
No, not if it's a generation ship like he's saying.
Oh, I see.
Generation one, where you know...
Oh, no, that's not good.
Why?
Well, that's the only way we can do it now.
Now? But, I mean, with
renewable
better ways,
resources.
I mean, you could build smaller ships.
We have to get people to Mars first.
No,
Well,
to the moon first.
You're talking to Judy, haven't you?
Good point.
No, I haven't. Why? What did you say?
Well, this is a conspiracy theory.
Oh.
So I figured you wanted Judy, because she likes conspiracy.
Yeah, see, you send all the worthless
Did
people
you
to
see
Mars.
that picture that NASA just sent out?
No.
They from the satellite that passed by the moon, they shot down. They saw the tracks from that rover the astronauts were driving on, and you can see the footprints of the astronauts.
I hate all that stuff. Come
I know, that's what it's saying. Like, you can fake that now.
on, fake out. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Photoshop. It's no big deal. So, anyways, what other applications come in from cryogenics?
Oh, they're talking about this one. You can see the trash left behind by the astronauts.
The trash?
Yeah. Okay, here it is. See, these are the tracks and whatnot.
Well, I mean...
Equipment.
What's so good
Challenger descent. Challenger, didn't that blow up?
Did.
Blew up the year I was born, 1986. Coincidence?
That's the year you were born?
Something bad happened that year twice.
Come on now.
Yeah, you're right.
That's not nice.
Well, all them people dying was bad. And then Justin was born. I mean, come on.
Makes up for it.
What? Them dying or him being born?
I was going to replace them.
Yeah.
That's a lot to live up to.
Christina
Yeah.
McCall.
Too bad you haven't done
astronauts
much
had to live
anything.
for?
One wasn't. One was a teacher, wasn't
Well,
she?
she was still.
McCall.
Yeah.
She.
Any which ways.
Frozen food. That's an application.
Is it?
Oh, we can talk about
The application.
Blood banking.
what you're
Fuels.
talking about. Is it feasible in the next 20 years? Cryostasis.
Well,
No way.
according to Mr.
Guest.
Service here, it's not feasible.
Well, now, what about 20 years?
20 years.
Do you think we could figure out how to reanimate cells?
Not in 20 years.
See, but we don't have to reanimate them if
That's-
we
I
figure out
think
how
you can-
not to kill them in the first place.
Oh, have we talked about the synthetic blood yet?
No, we have not.
We should probably talk about that.
So,
That's a big step.
so here's the thing.
I mean, the way they do it now, I don't think they'll be able to figure
No,
out. how to
they
get
won't
back
be able
life
to.
For a long time.
Because all they do is literally just freeze
Yeah.
you like they do a piece of meat in the freezer.
Yeah.
Which, no, you're right. Because it destroys your cells.
Yeah. But maybe it was something.
So, in the future, I mean, let's say the synthetic blood right now is able to transfer oxygen to your cells, is able to bring nutrients to your cells. I mean, I don't know how efficient it is,
Yeah.
but it's able to cool you down to right above freezing. And that's what they use in
Right.
surgeries to, and it's major surgeries that, you know, they transfuse your blood out and put the synthetic blood in at lower temperatures. Then they cool the room down to 32 degrees.
Does it help with blood loss too?
Yes, it does.
Does it,
Yes.
coagulate?
It doesn't, I don't think it coagulates,
Well, I mean,
but it does,
It gets more viscous.
but it does allow them to notice,
Less viscous, yes.
it allows them to notice
Like
where
molasses.
it's draining from, I guess. Like any extra holes where the blood's coming out of.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know, like microscopic holes.
So you could have a sensor, with
Well, you could probably have fluorescent light,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know if they could
I don't know
probably
what else
dye
you find
it.
with that too, but
They could probably dye it so it
you got it.
Too
I think
crazy
the internet
today.
got it too.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you were pretty deep in thought with that, so
I was.
guess I don't expect
I still don't.
fluorescent lighting. If you're not going over a hotel bed, fluorescent lights.
So anyway,
Those beds aren't clean.
Yes, they are. No.
I mean, they're pretty clean. They bleach them.
The sheets, but not the covers.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't sleep
Take
with the
them,
covers
throw them
on.
off, throw the covers off. Use the sheets. That's it.
So anyway, choice.
Is that that's knowledge right there?
So
No. That's wisdom.
So I'm assuming with that and the other things you were saying, the what was it? Where it would freeze the water, the cryostasis thing, the
The clathrate hydrates.
yeah, whatever. It is.
Yeah, it's a class of solids in which gas molecules occupy. It makes it like a cage
For around the water.
The molecules, so they don't expand and explode. It keeps
Okay.
them contained to help. With
So
this.
now, if we add that plus the synthetic blood, we might be able to have a
Would you
viable
need-
option.
Would you need that with synthetic
Maybe.
blood though?
Why not? The synthetic
the
blood
synthetic
is
blood-
just for your blood,
the
not for
synthetic-
your actual cells. Your cells would still...
I see what you're saying.
So if we use this for the cells and then use the synthetic blood, we could probably have a viable option.
Yes.
Cells
You
in
would
blood.
probably have
Huh?
to use.
It cells in the blood.
Well, your blood is cells.
That's
right, but
That's why you have to trade out your blood.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I forgot about that. Muscle tissue on bone
Yep.
tissue.
So if you're using this on the non-blood
Right.
cells, you know, and then use the blood to transfer and cool you down, it could be a viable option. But then again, you could not dip them in freezing liquid hydrogen afterwards.
But that'd be a fun experiment to try though.
Yeah, let's try
Can
that.
can you volunteer?
I'm sure I could find a couple
I'm
volunteers
sure I
for
could
you.
put this in a science journal. Your family would be proud.
No.
Your name would show up in that journal.
I
You
could
probably
care
find
less.
some of that conversions next summer. That probably would.
I think I could find people before then.
Well, maybe.
And who's going to Convergence next year?
I'm hoping I do.
I am. I already got my tickets.
I don't.
Ooh, that reminds me. It's almost October. I had to get my hotel room too. Anyway,
As
choice.
far in advance.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Last week.
They'll be booked by October. Yes, they will.
He has been there a few years. I'm guessing he knows what he's talking
They're
about.
booked every year by October.
Yeah, there's some geeks around.
That'd be, that'd be
What,
good.
10,000 last year? Plus the hotties.
So it's 10,000 plus the hike. So it's 10,000.
No, it was 10,000
So
including the hotties.
10,000 geeky guys and then 10.
No.
Is that-
Maybe
Because I know I took more than 10 pictures of women.
Because you didn't send them to me.
I sent them on my Facebook and to you.
You sent me like 4.
Oh, come on. I know I sent you more than 4. Let's see
Okay, I
here.
might have been exaggerating.
You can still look on my Facebook.
You can send me any.
Oh, because...
You know how much he feels left out?
Oh, and plus...
Do you have a Facebook account yet?
And plus...
That's the problem.
Guess what I did a couple weekends ago?
Hang glide?
Oh, did you really?
Did you videotape it? So we put it in
Yes,
our
we got
intro?
it videotaped, but it
Yeah.
ain't exactly hang gliding.
You didn't actually get off the ground?
Oh yeah, we got off the ground
Well,
after
how
we
far?
got off the truck.
You did it from a truck? Oh,
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
About 70 miles, well, probably around 40 miles an hour.
I say
Then you
70
jump
is
off.
pushing it, but 40 is okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of scary.
What?
They probably had a helmet on, right?
No.
Knee pads?
So how far did you fly?
Not very far. One time we went boom. It was not very fun.
Well, what'd you make? Is it a real hang glider, or did you
Yeah.
just make it yourself?
It's a real hang glider.
Well, just because you showed me a picture of it, I don't know if it's real.
Yeah, it's a real hang glider.
Is it plastic or is it carbon fiber supports? And
I don't
You're
know
gonna
what
jump
it.
off a cliff.
I went. Actually, hold on.
that's next one.
Actually, I did go rock climbing.
So where's the footage?
What?
You said you videotaped it with hang glider.
It's in the camera. I don't got it here. I was going to bring it, but I was supposed to meet him today, but then I came here. So I will have it up next week sometime.
Okay.
This week sometime. After
We're gonna
Tuesday.
I was trying to make an intro video real cool. Like that. So
Yeah.
you introduce us.
So
we don't have to
it's-
say, hey, I'm Dr. J.
What it is, it's a truck. We're sitting in the back of the truck with the hang glider tipped down, and someone holding the hang glider tipped down from the front seat. And then once we get up to speed, they throw it up and we jump off.
That sounds more dangerous than just jumping off a cliff, actually.
No, it's quite
No,
fun.
it'd be safer, but I see, yeah.
No, see, here's the thing, though, is how they teach you in the books to hang glide is you go down a small hill.
Yeah.
Well, we have no small hills.
You said big ones.
No, we had no
No hills.
small hills. I mean, it's
There's
either
gotta be some small hills somewhere.
it's
What about
surrounded by
ditches?
trees, huh?
Oh, we don't want to do ditches. We know how you are with ditches.
Yeah, we don't want to do ditches. I break things. My ankle. Anyway, Troy, so it's either jumping off a small hill and, like running down a small hill and it catches you and you glide down the rest of the way.
Right.
That's how they tell you to
Practice.
train yourself.
Right.
We didn't have that, so we used the truck to get us up to speed and then we jumped out. Which sometimes we flew and sometimes went... Literally went...
How many injuries did you guys get?
None.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack probably got the worst, and
Did you
he just
record
hurt
all
his
that?
knee.
How
Yeah.
much did you record?
We got all of our flights. 3 people's.
If we could, make a Jackass video too.
It's quite fun. It was quite fun, believe me. I did it like 3 times.
Any close-up shots?
4
of the
times. I don't know.
That's what we really need.
I
So we can see that it's you.
wasn't running the recording.
Right. I'm sure he probably could do pretty well.
Yeah.
So are you going to try real hang gliding sometime?
Yes, I am. I was to jump off the barn, but we figured that would have been stupid.
Well, at least you can think.
Well, the barn was like 30 foot in the
Well,
air,
yeah,
and
I guess.
it was either run off the barn, which we didn't know how well we would do.
You could always test it, make a dummy that weighs roughly the same, 150 pounds.
But you see, when you're hang gliding, you literally have to push the hang glide up from you,
Okay.
so the nose stays up. So it's kind of different, because the V that goes around, you literally have to push that forward from you.
How do you push it forward with nothing to push it?
Because your neck has the V, and you have to push the rest of it from you.
Okay.
So it's actually quite hard to do when you're just going a little ways.
Right.
So I'm sure if you're going off a cliff, it would probably work a lot better. But, you know.
There's no use.
Yeah. So any which ways, I might try freezing myself if I ever die from doing this stupid stuff.
Not going to do a DNR?
No. I'd rather just die. Keep me dead.
No, you'd have to do a DNR if you froze.
Later. I don't know. Anyway, Trace. Okay.
Benefits. We can go to
Benefits
of cryogenics.
Is there benefits from cryogenics?
Well, the surgery.
Well, the surgery, and that's what some of the rocket fuel is made out of, is the liquid they use for cryogenics, the liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen.
Yeah.
They use them in, what is it? CMT? No, come on.
It's MRIs.
MRIs. To cool down the things in the MRIs.
Right. The video imaging.
Yeah. They're using superconductive magnets, which the liquid helium is used to cool the coils because it has a boiling point around 4 Kelvin in ambient pressure, and liquid nitrogen boils around 77 Kelvin. So it keeps them cool. So now a couple other things, like Brian said, frozen foods earlier. They freeze them in a freezer.
Well, I hope so.
I hope so too. What does it say here? Are used in transportation of large masses of frozen food. So.
Yeah, so if you wanted to, well, obviously it's just like a frozen truck, basically. You know, like a freezer truck,
Yes.
ice cream truck.
No, actually, this is a little different.
Well, I know it is a little different. Yeah.
This is actually for farther distances of travel and where it's going to be kept, according to the website.
Okay.
The regular ones are probably just regular based Freon fridges.
Right.
Yeah, stuff that comes in trucks.
Trucks, yeah.
Just use cryogenics for that.
This is actually
Kind of a wood capsule.
yeah.
Might be a little expensive, but
No.
See, blood banking.
blood banking.
Certain blood groups, which are rare and stored at low temperatures, such as
That's the thing where you see in movies and stuff where they got that cylinder and you lift it up and you open it. I'll take it out with my hand.
yeah.
Remember that in Jurassic Park where he's stealing the embryos?
I just watched that the other
He
day.
pulls it up and he just he's got no gloves on.
Hey, you know what? I think we have a review of that on our website still.
Jurassic Park?
Wasn't it Jurassic Park? Was the review?
Aliens?
Oh,
That's the one I
Aliens.
was gonna do.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
maybe we should get another one.
Was that like a
Yeah.
year ago?
It was
No.
11 months ago.
There's a lot of movies that have came out since
It
then.
has to be because I just renewed their website. So
Oh, did you?
it's been a year now.
Wow. See what happens? You've been with us for how long? Only 6 months?
Has it only been that much?
Yeah, I think so. He came
Well,
in
we
like
got to-
episode 12.
Maybe it was.
You sure?
Maybe. What was the first episode we did?
I don't remember what the first episode was.
I can't remember what the first.
Oh, I wrote it all down. Hey,
No,
look at
with
that.
Brian though.
Oh.
I know the first episode we did was the railguns
railgun,
from
that's right.
NASA.
I was trying to come up with a cool way to write it.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget which one Brian was in.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the symbol.
for our website.
So this is our 1 year anniversary, basically.
Science of Halo. Oh yeah, that's a good.
That was a good one.
I was not there for that one.
No.
FCC and white noise
No.
signals. Those were good.
Yeah.
Oh, all these are good. Come on.
Yeah, this is a.
Parallel universes.
He wasn't there
we
for
were
that.
on top of things back in the day. Here's mine. Bioluminescent nature.
Ooh, blue trees. No.
Green trees.
Cybernetics.
That too.
He wasn't there for that.
Space colonization.
Were you there for that?
Colonizing, I don't think.
Because I was talking about lasers and solar panels.
I think I might have been there for that one.
You might have been.
Episode 8, the obstacles of space travel.
You were there for that one.
Maybe that's the one I was there for.
Yeah, I know you were there for that one.
Radiation sickness, space dementia, foodstuffs.
Because we were talking about the space dementia, remember?
That's right, I remember that now.
Yeah.
That was it? Well, at least episode 8.
So, that's what?
And we're on 22, which means all of them?
Yeah.
You have to save that. That'll be worth some money once you're famous.
What do you mean, once? We are famous.
We are on the internet.
We are on the internet.
You're not famous yet.
Well, look at that kid that had 1 million views the other day. He got on the news. You guys didn't see that?
No.
Was his name Justin Bieber?
No, I don't know who the hell.
Internet sensation.
He did something. I don't know. He had his own internet. It's called the Word Show or Word something. Oh, My Word Life.
My Word Life?
Yeah, that's, I don't know what it is.
Did we just give him a plug?
I guess we did.
I'm gonna go look for it now.
Damn it. So anyways, but yeah. So if we do this enough, we might actually get enough viewers one day. You know, spread it out there a little bit.
Sell advertising on YouTube then.
No.
I could retire.
So anyways, back to
medical benefits.
Well, it's not only medical benefits. Electronic power transfers in big cities.
Okay.
It cools down the wires under the ground, because in a big city you don't want wires like we have out in smaller cities, you know.
Doesn't the soil cool it off enough?
No. They freeze the lines underground, because it's in tubes underground.
There's some tubes above ground too.
What?
Power lines.
That's not tubes, they're just coated with the plastic so birds and stuff doesn't fry themselves when they jump on it.
Yeah, it's coated in plastic, but too.
Smack.
The wires are inside.
Yeah, but this is a big, huge tube they're running through.
So size doesn't have to matter.
Yes. That's a casing that is going around. This is a tube they're running through.
You pull the wires out, what's it going to look like? A tube of
casing with a wire in it. No, they still have wires. They have like 20 wires going through this little casing. I mean, this big tube.
No. It's irrelevant how many wires you have in there to make it a tube.
It's a tube. The other one is a casing.
Disagree to disagree.
Some semantic differences. Just continue.
Okay.
Anyway, so anyway, they cool the underground wires. Okay.
Yeah, they cool the underground wires.
Is there enough room to crawl down there? In case it breaks?
I don't know.
If you had the tubes that Cam was talking about, it'd be hard to have them up high.
Yeah. Because they're about that big.
It'd be bigger and heavier. Because that's just a little piece of plastic covering. It'd be a lot more.
It'd be a tube.
It'd be very heavy.
Pretty well.
Well, I'm sure it would be. But it's underground, so what does it matter if it's shielded? Yeah. The ground was shielded itself.
It would be grounded. Yeah. That solves one problem.
What other problem does it not solve?
I didn't say there's no problem. It's a problem.
Doesn't matter. We have an ineffective grid anyways.
Well, that's true.
Well, we could always just use, Nikola Tesla's way and just shoot electricity through the air.
They were thinking about that. They were doing a test microwave from the satellites up in space.
Yeah, maybe able to do that.
Sure,
no, they were actually planning it. Yeah. They shoot microwave down.
Who's planning? The government?
I don't know.
Or a company?
It's a company. But it's like, they have to do like 0.2% of the power output. Because if they do any more than that, it goes higher than the percentage that you get from your microwave. And it will fry people.
You don't want that.
No.
It'd be a good weapon.
It would be a good weapon.
They probably use it right now.
They probably could.
Probably one over in the Middle East right now. They're looking like, just...
I don't think you could focus it that much.
Sure not. Even if it's not focused too well, you can take out groups of people.
And innocent people too. Which is...
There are no people that are innocent in the Middle East. We are all terrorists.
Okay.
I don't know.
Actually, he does. You should hear him.
Yeah. Every day I hear him. Wait, I ain't here every day.
Yeah, you don't hear me every day.
So, what else is there that we can talk about?
Han Solo being frozen in The Empire Strikes Back using...
Yeah, how do they use
Carbonite.
Carbonite? Is that a made-up thing, or is that real?
Well, I'm sure carbonite is real.
Carbonite's real.
Okay, what can you buy?
Well, I mean, what would it do? It would just...
Or is that carbonite exist in nature?
I'm sure carbonite exists in nature.
Because I know kryptonite is made of. But
You sure?
It's krypton gas.
Yeah.
Kryptonite is not krypton gas. So you're saying you freeze...
Everything can be gas, liquid, or solid, just depending on the temperature.
Or plasma.
Or plasma. We did talk about that.
The four states of matter.
Yeah.
4. Plasma is a state.
It's an in-between state.
Your point? Still a
It's an
state.
in-between state. Not a state, it's in between.
What is in between gas and liquid?
No.
Or solid and liquid?
Solid and liquid, of course.
Or solid and gas?
All of the above?
Liquid. Sorry, I'm a little tired.
Are you tired? You work at night.
I had to get up at 3.
In the morning?
Yeah.
So I was up since 9 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
Your point.
Worked an 11
And
hour
I
shift.
still did that. I've done that before.
I'm just saying.
When did you get done?
8:45.
Oh, I was
Actually,
there.
11 hours.
So why didn't you take a nap?
I was there. Did you see me with all my kids?
I couldn't.
Why?
I'm tired. Well, not then. I'm tired now.
See?
You going to bed
So,
shortly.
I guess we should be getting done then, huh?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to hold this podcast back. I can handle it. I take my vitamins.
He's on the edge. We better end this.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
what can be done with cryogenics?
We already discussed that. Wrap it up now.
We are wrapping up. Not much right now. So,
Yeah.
20 years.
Don't try it at home.
Yeah,
Without
please.
proper equipment.
20 years from now, we might be able to.
Probably don't even try it at home with proper equipment.
What if you use like a guinea pig or something?
We could use Justin.
You mean a real guinea pig?
Yeah, I meant Or we could use mice too. They have no souls, so you're allowed to do that.
Have no souls. How do you get that they have no souls?
They have no souls.
I was just bringing it in because...
Everything has souls. Nature.
Can you prove that?
Can you prove they don't?
Can you prove that they have a soul?
Absence of proof does not mean proof of absence.
Could you prove that you have a soul? That I have a soul?
Well,
Yeah, okay.
there was a movie called... what was it? 7 grams, I think it was called.
7 grams?
Basically, it stood for the
Basically
amount of
what
body weight you
happens-
lose when you die.
Yes.
And that's supposed to be the soul.
But people could believe that that's just the breath that leaves your body when you
Is that
die.
true too? What if... it's a theoretical. Mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
Or this story where the people die and they're brought back to life, right?
And the lack of oxygen causes them to believe them seeing something like an afterlife?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a couple books at Target about that. Like, heaven's real because I've seen it.
It's real?
Of course, it could all be their imagination. What they
You mean
want it to be.
since the brain's dying and losing oxygen, it starts randomly firing
Right.
synapses to...
You could have a dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is more likely?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well, anything's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah. For you religious people, no.
To be religious.
Oh. To have an afterlife?
You can be religious to believe in that.
Because remember, energy never dies.
Energy never dies, you're right. They always transfer from one form to another.
Right. So the spirit world, what if that's a form we just can't see?
Yeah.
You mean like energy?
Right.
So God would just be energy.
Could be.
I don't know.
Because you would return to God, basically, or the opposite.
Turn into plasma.
The other state.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good.
Well, that concludes episode 22.
22.
That's good. 22 of the Sci-Cast. And I hope you enjoyed talking about cryogenics as much as I have.
Because we haven't
With
talked
these,
about
with
it
these
much.
two bums. We may have gone off topic a few times. But just watching this show, you just know it's going to happen. So,
Especially with me.
with Heyman, he...
At
he's
least I
got-
didn't talk about certain things this time.
Right. The ones we won't mention.
Huh?
What?
Don't bring it up.
Do you really want me to bring it up?
Is that off camera?
Lasers and
So
now.
Hey, that's true.
We could
You
use
mentioned those once.
We could use
All right.
nanoparticles to help with this.
Hey, we're done with this podcast.
Oh.
No more information.
Save it for the next one.
Okay.
What are we going to do on next time?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
Are you
Spell
still
the future.
recording?
Yes. The red light
So-
is still on.
We'll look at that later.
Okay, anyway.
For now,
We'll come back to you with our next podcast. So I'm Dr. J, the
I'm
host.
Heyman.
I'm the special guest. Maybe I'll be here next time. Who knows?
You better be.
See
He
you
is
in
close
Miami.
enough to walk, so he might be.
Yeah.
See you all next time.
Have